The Woodcutter's Daughter and the Trouble with Wishes. Once upon a time, in a little house by the edge of an enchanted forest, there lived a kind woodcutter named Ben and his cheerful daughter, Lily. Ben loved his simple life. He would go to the forest every day to chop wood, bring it home, and sell it in the village. He enjoyed spending quiet evenings with Lily. But Lily often dreamed of having more toys, more clothes, and maybe even a castle. One day, while Ben was chopping a large tree deep in the forest, he heard a strange voice calling, "Stop! Stop!" Startled, he looked around and saw a tiny, glowing squirrel trapped under a branch. "Please help me. I'm stuck," squeaked the squirrel. Ben gently lifted the branch, freeing the little squirrel. To his surprise, the squirrel didn't scurry away. Instead, it turned into a magical golden creature with shimmering fur and a twinkling tail. "You've saved me, kind woodcutter," said the squirrel. "I'm the guardian of the forest. To thank you, I'll grant you one wish." Ben was shocked. "Oh, no need to grant me anything," he said kindly. "I was happy to help." But when Ben told Lily the story that evening, her eyes lit up. "Papa, why didn't you wish for something special? We could live in a big house, like the castle we read about in stories." Ben smiled at his daughter. "We have all we need, my dear." "But Papa, imagine a shiny new house with soft beds and pretty curtains," insisted Lily. "Please, go back and ask the magical squirrel for a wish." Though Ben was happy with his life, he wanted to make his daughter happy. So the next morning, he went back into the forest and called, "Magical squirrel, guardian of the forest, could I ask for one small wish?" With a flash of golden light, the squirrel appeared. "What is it, woodcutter?" "My daughter dreams of a new house. Could you make it happen?" The squirrel twitched its glowing tail. "Go home, woodcutter. Your wish is granted." When Ben returned, he couldn't believe his eyes. Their small house had transformed into a beautiful wooden cottage. With big windows, colorful curtains, and cozy furniture. Lily ran around the house with joy. "Oh, Papa, this is perfect," she said, hugging him. For a while, Lily was happy. But soon, she began to dream of even bigger things. "Papa, wouldn't it be amazing if we had a garden full of flowers, fountains, and a swing? Please go back to the squirrel and ask for a beautiful garden." Ben hesitated. "Lily, isn't this house enough?" But Lily begged and begged until Ben agreed. Once again, he went to the forest and called, "Magical squirrel, guardian of the forest, could I ask for another wish?" The squirrel appeared, looking a bit tired this time. "What do you wish for now?" "My daughter wishes for a garden full of flowers and fountains," Ben said. "Go home, woodcutter." The squirrel sighed. "Your wish is granted." When Ben returned, their new home was surrounded by the most stunning garden. Flowers of every color bloomed, a fountain sparkled in the sunlight, and a swing hung from a giant oak tree. Lily was thrilled. But as time passed, Lily's dreams grew bigger and bigger. "Papa," she said one morning, "what if we lived in a grand palace, like a real king and princess? Could you ask the squirrel for that?" Ben frowned. "Lily, my dear, we don't need a palace to be happy." "Please, Papa," Lily pleaded. "It would make me so happy." Reluctantly, Ben returned to the forest. "Magical squirrel, guardian of the forest," he called. The squirrel appeared, now looking very tired. "Another wish, Woodcutter." "My daughter wants a palace," Ben said softly. The squirrel sighed deeply. "Go home, Woodcutter. Your wish is granted." When Ben returned, their cottage and garden were gone. Instead, a grand palace with golden walls, marble floors, and shimmering chandeliers stood in their place. Lily twirled around the giant halls in delight. "Papa, it's perfect!" she cried. But even the palace didn't satisfy Lily for long. "Papa," she said one evening, "what if I could be the queen of the forest? I could rule over all the animals and plants." Ben shook his head. "Lily, this has gone too far. The squirrel has given us so much. Can't we just be thankful?" But Lily begged and pleaded until Ben gave in. For the last time, he went to the forest. The squirrel appeared, its glow dimmer than before. "Woodcutter, what is it now?" "My daughter wishes to be queen of the forest," Ben said. The squirrel twitched its tail slowly. "Go home, Woodcutter. Your wish is granted." When Ben returned, the palace was empty. Lily was gone. "Lily! Lily! Lily! Where are you?" Ben called. Then he saw her. High above the forest, Lily sat on a throne made of clouds, wearing a crown of stars. She waved down at her father, but she looked sad and lonely. "Papa, I'm queen of the forest now," she said softly. "But I miss you. I miss our little house and garden. I miss the simple days when we were happy together." Ben's heart ached. He ran back to the forest and called for the squirrel one last time. "Magical squirrel, guardian of the forest, please hear me." The squirrel appeared, looking weary but kind. "What is your wish, Woodcutter?" "I don't want riches or palaces," Ben said. "I just want my daughter back. I want us to live happily in our little house again." The squirrel's eyes twinkled. "Your wish is wise, Woodcutter. Go home. All will be as it was." When Ben returned, their old house was back, with its simple wooden walls and cozy fire. Lily was waiting for him at the door, her face glowing with happiness. "Oh, Papa," she said, hugging him tightly. "I've learned that we don't need fancy things to be happy. All we need is each other." From that day on, Ben and Lily lived peacefully in their little house by the forest, grateful for the simple joys of life. And they lived happily ever after.